Hey, it's Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres. Today, it's Monday, and I've had a lot of time to do some thinking this morning, and I would like to get some thoughts across at this point. Okay, I want people to bring themselves to a place so you can fully understand where I'm coming from. Imagine that you're told that some department wants you to do something, and you know that if you do that, you're going to be out of business. Everything you've worked for, you're going to lose. Right? Imagine that. And so you tell them no, or you just stall maybe because you don't know what to do. And then imagine the Attorney General coming along and saying, we don't care what they're saying is right or wrong. We don't care. We just represent them. And if you don't do it, we're going to see that you're arrested. Okay? Imagine yourself in that position. And then for several months, you go to sleep at night thinking, gee, I wonder what it would be like to be in jail. I mean, could they do it? Who knows? But how long would I be in jail? Things like that. Imagine that. I mean, you actually live that as it's happening. And then imagine getting a letter saying that, well, you do this right now or we're going to fine you $700,000. Imagine that. What the implications of that are. You not only lose everything you have, you lose everything you're ever going to have, right? Your whole working life. So when you really think that through, it creates something inside of you that I would call terror. It terrorizes you. It absolutely terrorizes you. And so you have to make decisions, and they're tough decisions, and it affects your family, it affects your spouse, it affects all your friends, it affects your extended family. Because if they're not courageous, it scares them. And so there's a wide effect being sent out by that office of Attorney General. They do have the full force of state behind them. So imagine that. Put yourself in that position. It creates terror. It creates terror in your heart. And that's something that you don't ever forget. And that may be why people don't quite understand why I'm hitting this so hard. I mean, we have maintained our right to run our farm, but now it's payback time is what it is. And I want you to understand that I am you. I am an American citizen. Now, I may be someone who was military for 20 years and seen a lot of things you haven't seen, but I am still an American citizen. Now, the reason why I'm hitting the oath of office so hard is because the U.S. Constitution prevents things like excessive fines. Eighth Amendment says it's illegal to do that. It prevents a state agency like the Department of Natural Resources or the Attorney General from saying, we're going to take your stuff because we say so. No due process of law, no trial, no nothing. We're just taking your stuff. Oh, did I leave out that the Attorney General denied me a jury trial? So they were gonna take me into a trial with just a judge and some lawyers and decide my fate. The only thing that saved me was the fact that hundreds of people came and witnessed that trial, and they weren't able to pull it off. What we are dealing with here is purely tyrannical. Purely. And you need to put yourself in the position where it's you. And change out pigs, and let's put in something that you hold dear. Right? That's why I'm harping on the oath of office so hard. And I would like the same chorus of people that came and sat with us during our trial to sing the same tune. I'm asking you to do that now because it is so important that the people that we are electing and giving all this authority to adhere to their oath of office and stay in between the guidelines of that U.S. Constitution. And really, it helps you to understand what I'm saying if you would just pick up that Constitution and read it. 4 pages. Come on. Just read the first page. That's the Bill of Rights. Please do that. And you are going to see the protection, the level of protection that you have in there, and how important it is to maintain these things. We've seen it before where they want to take your freedom of speech away. Where if I make a video like this that goes out to however many hundreds of people, that I get a knock on the door and they take you away for, to realign you to see things their way. We have a form of that going on right now in our country. Those of us, ex-military especially us, our oath is a little bit different, that have taken an oath to protect and defend against all enemies, foreign and domestic. We have to define an enemy as somebody who seeks to subvert our Constitution. Now, I know several people that are ex-military, and they love to tout the fact that they are ex-military. But when it comes to going after the subverters, they'll wring their hands, but they won't do anything. They won't do anything. No, they won't. Because, they're kind of in politics. It's a job, man. I'm part of the Republican Party, and I'm part of the Democrat Party. Well, I'm neither. And I don't care if you are part of those parties. You took an oath to protect and defend, and we know who you are. We're watching you to see what you do. You get all wrapped around the axles about social issues, great. What about your Constitution? You didn't take an oath to protect and defend marriage. Right? That would be taken care of on its own if you would just protect your Constitution. All right? That's my message, and I wish people would think about that and understand where I'm coming from. And with that, you will understand how important it is to get those emails to the Attorney General's office and ask the questions. Is the Constitution the supreme law of the land? Ask him, what is the penalty for a public official who subverts the Constitution or does not follow his oath? Ask those questions. Now, I don't think at this point we're going to realign them to the Constitution, but I think the new people coming in are going to say, whoa, that little oath that I just took is actually a chain around my neck. And the people have the other end of it. Mark from Baker's Green Acres. Remember, anyone can farm.